Chair recognizes the gentleman from Missouri for 5 minutes, Mr. Cleaver.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. I believe there are 33 nations in the Western Hemisphere. Is that close or wrong completely? I'm close. Is it possible for us to develop a sound immigration plan without cooperation with the nations in the Western Hemisphere, or some of them?
Congressman, it is extraordinarily difficult to do so. Migration is a challenge that is being confronted by countries throughout the region, and therefore it calls for a regional solution. That is why Secretary Blinken and I were in Panama last week to meet with leaders of multiple nations throughout the region. This is not a challenge that the United States alone is facing. As a matter of fact, contrary to the statement just articulated, Colombia, as a powerful example, has 1.8 million Venezuelans within its borders. I was in Costa Rica before I was in Panama to further advance a regional solution. And approximately 2% of the population of Costa Rica, a small country, is currently Nicaraguan by reason of the distress of people in the countries of origin. And we, of course, have to address the root causes. We have to build safe and orderly and humane pathways. We have to equip and enable countries to enforce their borders, to provide humanitarian relief where it is warranted, to repatriate individuals where it is not, and fundamentally, to Congresswoman Slotkin's important statement, we have to fix our broken immigration system.
Well, following up on her comments, I played sports in high school and college, at least the first part of college. And I am convinced that winning in sports depends in large part on whether the team plays together. If you watch basketball right now, the NBA, some of them have amazing talent. Some of them have like 4 superstars starting. And at least 2 of those teams with the superstars didn't even make the playoffs. The reason is that when a team, and in this case Congress, refuses to play together, our worth is not much more than nail fungus. And, you know, I sit here and I've never said I wanted to impeach anybody. I don't care if they're Republican, independent, vegetarian, nobody. Because what I want to do here and be able for my grandchildren to feel good about it when they get to the age where they are interested in what's going on in the world, that we tried to make some things work. We tried to solve some problems. I told somebody earlier that I was talking about my father who's 100, turned 100. And when he came up here for my swearing in, we were walking across the street to my apartment in the Methodist building, right across the street from the Capitol. My father turned around and looked up at the dome and just started weeping. And he turned over to me and he said, man, he said, I was born in this country and I've come to the conclusion my son may be able to help solve some of the problems in our country. And I will never forget, as long as I maintain mental dexterity, my call is for us to work. We're never going to get this right unless we work together it's easy to come in here, and even your predecessor, the Republican, I didn't scream at him or anything, because I realized it doesn't matter who's in that chair. If we don't work together, it ain't gonna work.
Gentleman's time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.